Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see what is model metrics, how can we improve the model for the better prediction and recommendation. In our past two videos, we created the ancient discovery story and we deployed it into the opportunity record pages so that we were able to see the predictions in the opportunity record pages. And also we were able to see the insights that is generated by using the ancient discovery story on the opportunity win score prediction. So we saw what happened, why happened, and what would happen insights from our last videos. So this is the continuation to the our past two videos. In this video, we are going to concentrate on the model metrics and how can we improve the model for the better prediction and recommendations. Okay. So for seeing the model metrics, we need to click on the model button which is available in the toolbar. So here we can see the different tabs. Okay. So there are, first let's see what is model. Model, it is also called as a predictive model. Ancient discovery uses the model for analyzing the historical data based on the data mining, machine learning, and the predictive statistical analysis. Okay. So this is the model. And what is model metrics? There are a lot of metrics which is associated to the model, which allows us to predict whether that model is good or not. There are two types of model that is available in the ancient discovery is using. One is classification model and another one is numerical model. So classification model, it is when the outcome variable is having the two possible values like one true, one false, or private or public, positive, negative, like that. If our outcome variable is having the two values, then that is comes under the classification model. If you are going to predict any numerical field and if our outcome variable is the numerical field, that time we are going to use the numerical model. So in our case, we were predicting whether opportunity will win or not. So this is called a classification model. So for classification model, these are the available metrics that we can see. So let's jump into the all metrics and let's see how can we improve the model. So in the first tab is the overview tab. Here we can see the all the model metrics, overview of the all the model metrics. So first one is data validation. So ancient discovery performs the data validation on the input data set, and based on the data validation, it tells us the observations. So the here we can see the two negative observation. One is one instance of duplicate detected. A duplicate means here it's not like the row duplicate, it is field duplicates. There are two fields which values are matching in the all the records. So two instances of strongest predictor. There are two input variable that is giving the strongest prediction on of the outcome variable. Let's review this and let's see whether we can modify this. So for that we need to click on the review updates. So here we can see what are those strongest predictors. So it is showing the two fields, has open activity and has overdue task. So we can remove if we can remove these two fields in two scenarios. Like if this input variable is having mathematical relationship to the outcome variable, in that case it is directly proportional. Whatever the input variable is changing, it will be changing the outcome variable. So this is not having any mathematical relationship with the outcome variable, that is one true. So we don't need to remove. And another one thing is, if our input variable will get calculated after knowing the outcome variable, like in case of churn, whether this particular will get churn or not, particular customer. For that, there is one input variable is called churn reason that we should not include in the input variable, because this churn reason we will get to know after knowing the outcome variable. Okay, so here it is showing the has open activity and has overdue task. This both fields are good predictor only. We don't need to remove that. So we selected we left it as it is. So next is duplicates. So it is telling has open activity and has overdue task is both are having the same values on all the records. So here it is like it has open activity, has overdue task, both are conveying the same. So we can keep on and remove. others. So this is how we can modify and we can create the new story. So in this case, definitely we need to return anyone and we need to create the new story. This is how we will be doing while analyzing our model metrics. Okay. So now we are not going to do anything. We are just going to review how can we observe the model metrics and take necessary actions. So next is cross validation test to posit that we will be seeing in detail in the cross validation tab. So next is advanced overview. In the advanced overview, we can see the model performance. AUC is nothing but the area under the curve. Area under the curve is used for seeing the quality of the model. So it is representing total number of positive prediction divided by total number of predictions. So 0.77 is the rate. So this model is good only. Accuracies and area under the curve both are same. This is also telling total positive prediction out of total prediction. Threshold. Threshold is nothing but the balance between the true positive and the false positive that we will be seeing in detail in the model evaluation. Based on the threshold only, we will be our ancient discovery will set whether particular opportunity will win or not. If opportunity score comes before less than 0.4, it will set it as win false. If it is coming greater than 0.4, it will set it as win true. So under the prediction overview, this is also coming from the model evaluation tab. We will be seeing this in details there. And GANI is nothing but it defines how close our model is compared to the theoretical model. This always should be less than 1. Otherwise, it is like our model is fully like theoretical model. So let's see the chart. So this is nothing but the baseline model or theoretical model. Our model chart it is coming like that. So it should not be the same. Both, if both are same, then it means our model is not the good model. So MCC, this is nothing but the Matthew correlation coefficient. This value is coming from the confusion matrix that we will be seeing from the model evaluation. Okay, this is the overview of the model metrics. Next, let's go to the prediction examination tab. Here we are seeing the examination of the training data set. There are 3 types of data set is available. One is training data set, test data set, and validation data set. Training data set is the data set that is part of the input data set that we passed into the ancient discovery. It is used for building the model. So here we can see that first 100 rows that is used in the training data set and the result, what was the actual outcome and what is the predicted outcome. Okay. So here we can see how our model predicted the existing records. Next is model evaluation. Okay. So model evaluation here basically we are setting the threshold. So threshold defines whether the particular opportunity will win or not. Based on the threshold only we will be set. Ancient discovery will set whether particular will win or not. So we can set the threshold value based on the different model metrics. We can either set the threshold value manually or we can set the threshold value by using the different model metrics. Threshold will tell balance between the true positive and the false positive rates. Here we can see the true positive and false positive rates. So now threshold value is 0.47. So this is the optimum threshold that is found by the ancient discovery. If we want to change the threshold, we can adjust this and we can change it. You can see whenever we are changing the threshold, it will be changing the values in the confusion matrix. Okay. So one way of changing the threshold is manually we can change the threshold. Another one way is based on the other model metrics. Like if we want to get the maximum accuracy, what is the threshold that we need to set? We need to set 0.47. Like that, we can, based on the other metrics, we can set the threshold. So if we want to obtain the highest accuracy, then we need to set the 0.407 as the threshold. Then only we can achieve the highest accuracy. And we can set the threshold based on the cost ratio. Cost ratio is nothing but false positive to false negative ratio. So by giving the value of the false positive to false negative ratio, we can set the threshold value. So let's go with the optimum threshold, that is 0.407. In there only it is giving the maximum accuracy. So a total number of positive prediction value is high. So in the confusion matrix, we are seeing positive here in the confusion matrix, we can see at the particular threshold, what is the behavior of the prediction. So positive means in the actual result, it was win true, and in the predicted result also, it is win true. Negative positive means in the actual result, it was win false, but it is predicted as win true. So here it is error percentage is 25%. Here it is 14. Here positive negative means in actual win true was there, but in real when it predicted, it predicted like win false. So false positive should be less always. So this value should be comparatively less always. That we need to check. We need to modify the threshold accordingly. So we saw the model evaluation. This is called ROC graph. Based on the threshold, it is showing the performance. So next, let's go to the cumulative capture chart. Here we are not going to discuss much on this. So it is just telling the variation between the cumulative capture rate and the cumulative data fraction by comparing the different data set, training data set and validation data set. We already saw the training data set and we already saw training data set in the prediction examination. Let's see what is validation data set. Validation data set is also the part of the data that we pass into the Einstein discovery, that is used for validating the model that is built by using the training data set. Next, let's go to the cross validation. So in the cross validation, there are two different things. One is like these are the different available metrics. So when we are so if we want to see the maximum accuracy, what is the maximum accuracy that we achieved in this model is 0.7. So if we want to achieve the maximum accuracy, what is the threshold that we need to set? 0.4. So if we want to obtain the maximum precision, what is the threshold that we need to set? 0.8. Precision is nothing but positive predictive value. So like it is the ratio between the true positive divided by true positive plus true negative. So like that, there are different metrics is available. So let's see the model metrics. So cross validation, here we are seeing the model metrics for the different data set. It is the model metrics for the training data set. This is for the validation data set. So training data set, validation data set, we already saw. And this is what is fold 1, fold 2, fold 3, fold 4. So this is Einstein discovery divides the input data set into the 4 categories. So that data set is used for the testing. So first segment of the test data, this is the second segment of the test data, and the third segment and fourth segment. What was the outcome when we were using the first segment of the test data set for checking the quality of the model? So this is the average of all. So next, let's see the coefficient. Coefficient is nothing but the coefficient of determination. So how input variable, how variation in the input variable is causing the variation in the outcome variable. So if coefficient is high, it means that particular input variable is having the highest predictive power. So if we can see the hash overdue task is false, it is having the highest coefficient 0.17. And scaled information, it is nothing but how much this particular variable is important. Since it is having the highest coefficient, this is highest importance. Okay, final thing is R code. R code is nothing but the code which is used by the Einstein discovery for transforming the data set that we passed into the Einstein discovery, and for find scoring code. Both are having transformation code, and the scoring code is available here. It is for maintaining the transparency of the model that is created. We can't modify or we can't do anything on this code. Okay. So we basically see all the model metrics. So important thing, we always need to look into this. We need to check the data validation, and we need to check the area under the curve, and we need to check the threshold rate. And based on the threshold rate, we need to check what is the positive, negative, positive. So these values will vary based on the different business scenario. We may need to set the different threshold for seeing the different confusion metrics. So this is all about this. If there is any doubt, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching the video.